Hello, and thank you for tuning in to see my February 2018 Paper Pumpkin alternate projects. So, starting out, I just started taking things out of the box, and I knew that I really wanted to incorporate one of the wildflower parts of the envelopes because I think they're really pretty. So, I just kind of took one apart and started chopping it up to get some nice edges and straight bits. So, once I cut all the envelope pieces out, I went ahead and started measuring it on my card to see where I wanted it, and I wrapped it around, and then I used my ATG gun to tape that down, and I also wrapped the linen thread around a few times and tied a little bow to kind of finish that part off. And then I came back in with the white piece of the envelope, and I knew I wanted the card to say thank you on the front, so I started to use the thank you stamp. So I stamped it once to kind of break it in, and then I stamped again and then a second time on my scrap paper to see what it would look like in the varying shades. And I liked the second stamp off best, so I used that technique for my final sentiment, and then I came back in with the so much and just the one-time stamping so it was darker. I attached the sentiment piece onto the card with one of the little flower stickers, and then I started adding little die cut pieces of the leaves with just some glue dots that I already had, not the ones that came in the kit, underneath like the wildflower banner piece. So they were kind of tucked in there and just poking out. I ended up thinking that I had too many little flower pieces poking out, so I tried to take one off and ended up having to cut it off. Then I used my ATG gun to attach the card bit to the base, and I added some of the mini pearls there at the end. And I think this is a pretty cute little card. So for the second card, I wanted to use some more of the envelope because I really, really like that paper. So I went ahead and at first I stamped out my sentiment on a piece of the vellum on the little banner bit. I ended up having to restamp it because I used the wrong sentiment to go with the friend word I chose. So I ended up using tweezers to get the letters off of the sticker part, and I used a ruler so I could try to do my best to line them up straight so they weren't all kinds of out of whack and crazy looking on my sentiment sheet. So once I had my friend word all lined up there, I tried to figure out how I would put it on the card base itself. So that took some time, and I used the string again. I used my ATG gun so the string would have something to stick to and kind of grab onto, because I knew I was going to do like a two-part bow where I just wrapped it and then I tied all the string together with a bow so it looked like it was all done in one piece, but it wasn't. So once I did that, I kind of lined up where I wanted all of my pages to be, and I cut the the back part down a little bit because I knew I wanted to have like a banner end. That's my technical term for that little cutout. So I cut it down a little bit, and then I also did the little banner end on the friend card, and I popped that up with some dimensionals. And this is where I realized that I stamped out the wrong sentiment on the vellum banner, so I had to redo that part. So it didn't say your awesomeness friend. It needed to say hello sweet and not your awesomeness, because that's a little weird. So then I started looking at stickers to add behind my banner piece there. And I just kind of started looking at what stickers would look good where and how they should be set up, and kind of replacing them before I actually like pushed them down so they were stuck. So they were a little bit easier to move. By then I figured my little vellum piece had dried off enough, so I was able to put it down. I used the glue dots that came with the kit because I think that they hide a little bit better behind the vellum than the glue dots I have. I added some of the little rhinestones, and it needed something when I was done, so I drew a little black border with the little micro pen I have, and I was pretty happy with the results. So here they are, my two alternate cards that I've made so far with my February paper pumpkin. I hope you enjoyed and are maybe a little bit at least inspired, if not know what you don't want to do. But thanks for watching, and I hope you come back, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks.
It's amazing. Thank you for watching.